Hey y'all, Coach Steph here, coming to you live. Okay, it's not live, it's recorded, but from my air-conditioned car. I actually was going to sit outside and record this because it is a beautiful morning, if not a little toasty, but the background noise was just a little too much. So there's a lot of activity happening, and I figured we could deal with the sound of my air conditioner over the sound of sirens and heavy traffic. I was out for a run this morning, just a couple miles before work, and some pull-up practice, because darn it, I will get that pull-up. That can be in separate videos. But I was thinking about marathon training and how happy I am to not be marathon training right now. I am wearing a shirt that I bought when I did, after doing Chicago. So that's a shirt by Tracksmith. I've run Chicago, I've run Berlin, I've run Marine Corps Marathon, both in person and virtual. Thank you, COVID, for making me do that virtual treadmill marathon to get my medal. Probably won't do that again, but hey, gotta do what you gotta do. And it's not that running a marathon is bad, so although it's gonna seem like I'm kind of knocking on it, I'm just trying to be realistic about it. And also, I want to check in with you guys and kind of talk about why we might feel like we need to run that marathon to be a real runner. It's something I hear a lot, and a lot more in my day job and as a job, my job as a coach. I hear, well, I'm not a real runner, I haven't run a marathon. All of my friends have gotten into this, insert whatever race it is, and they feel like they need to do it too. They feel like they need to run a marathon, and that's the thing, is I hear I need to run a marathon. But why? Why do you need to run a marathon? Running a marathon doesn't make you a real runner. Do athletes who are Olympians at the 5K or the 10,000 meter, 400 meters, are they not real runners because they don't run a marathon? No, of course not. They are wonderful, exceptional athletes. And if you are a regular 5K runner, you are a wonderful, exceptional athlete. If you run your half marathon or 10 miler, or you run 2 miles a few days a week and you just enjoy it, you're a real runner. But social media has just exploded all of the emphatic E words that we can come up with, that desire to have us go out and run a marathon. And not just run your local marathon, but a world major, which can be added expense, added stress. Of course, it's cool. I mean, you're going to be surrounded by thousands and thousands of participants that are excited. They're all there to do this thing. It's like just a big feeling of togetherness, right? So I don't want to take away from that. But it's also added stress. It's added money. The amount that it cost us to go to Chicago, actually taking my family to Chicago for, what did we go? I think we were there for 5 days total, was basically the same as going to Berlin with the family for a week. So it's not even like going overseas. Really cost me much more money for that one. Fun family vacations, but at the same time, logistics, right? For Berlin, I didn't start until almost 11 o'clock in the hottest Berlin race. It was wild. You get up early so that you can start late. Yeah, there's so many things too. So why are we doing it? Why are we doing it? Well, because it feels like everybody's doing it. We're still only looking at about a 1%-ish amount of the population that has finished a marathon. Of course, it can be hard to tell because of repeat runners who might have run a marathon maybe 10 years ago, who was running a marathon last year, but it's still relatively low. But London Marathon lottery increases have gone from shy of 600,000 just a few years ago to, what was it, 1.3 million applicants for trying to get into the 2027 race. I mean, this feels like everyone's doing it. So ask yourself, when you decide that you want to run a marathon, why? The reason why I say you need a why is because it's going to be a lot of work. Marathon training is no joke. It is a part-time job. You're going to be putting in, you're going to get to your first double-digit run and you're going to feel fantastic. Then you realize, guess what? Next week you have to do it again. And then the week after, you have to do it again, only more. You're going to be consistently, which you should be anyway, feeling well, thinking about recovery, getting in your strength training exercises, all these things to help reduce your risk of injury as you go through that. And again, those things you should be doing anyway. They're important to life. But they're even more, I would say, stressful when you know that you have this big day ahead of you. Because 26 miles it's really hard to go through that and just fudge it. So you've got to be on point with your training, at least as close to, as you can. And again, I am happy to help runners get through their marathon. But I just want you to think of why, because at some point it's going to get hard and you're going to doubt yourself. Maybe you're going to think that you should quit. You're going to think why you're doing this. So remember your why, and I hope that your why is not just because everybody else is doing it, because I can assure you that everybody else is not doing it. Your local half marathon, or even a travel half marathon, go have a great time racing somewhere at a destination race and do a half. You're going to feel the ups, you're going to feel the downs, you're going to feel some serious pavement pounding, but you're going to get to enjoy a whole lot more of your day afterwards. Again, there is nothing wrong with the marathon, guys. Just know that I feel it too. I feel that little fear of missing out, like when the London results came out and almost everybody was getting denied. I was missing my denial. I felt like, wait, where's my yearly denial? I can't believe I didn't enter this year. What am I going to do? Like, wait a second. What would I be doing if I did get into London? I don't want to train for another marathon right now. I have way too much other stuff going on. There's High Rocks, there's fall halves coming up. I have a full-time job. I have a part-time job on top of my full-time job. I have kids. We volunteer and serve at church, which of course is my privilege to do, but it still takes up time. Yeah, there is so much going on. So I fell for that too. I fell for that. I'm missing out, but you're not missing out. You are a real runner. You're a fantastic runner, no matter what you are on, what part of your journey you're on. And I want you to remember that. And hey, in the comments, tell me what you're training for. Tell me what your goal is. Tell me how you felt when you ran your first 5K. So any of that. Coach Steph here. I'll see you next time.